Richie, thanks for joining us. Congratulations. You've turned Brisbane Road into a fortress.
Not quite. It's still really early on in the season, but another good win. A win which we wasn't fluent at times in the first half. In the first, we should have scored in the first 30 seconds of the game. Ruel should square it to Charlie Kelman, and after that, you have to give them credit. They pressed us high up so he was in between people a lot, and we just didn't have the courage or the bravery, or sometimes the quality to play through them. And we was only really hoping for little ricochets that fell our way, and we could get Paul Smith and Ruel and Charlie Kelman and George Moncur, who was excellent today, up the pitch. So at times in the first half we struggled. If you'd have watched us in training yesterday, they pressed us exactly like that, and we were really, really good. So sometimes that happens. And teams are going to change the way they play them when they come here now. So we have to be a little bit better. But one thing we were patient. We defended our box at times, and second half is one-way traffic. I don't remember Viggs ever. We had one little scuffle where Shad's come on and done really well and defended well, but after that it's constant wave after wave of attack down here. So could have won by more in the end, but the patience of the supporters, the patience of the players paid dividends today, because it was a good win. Sometimes when you play like that in the first 20 minutes you can be a little bit anxious. I thought our possession were good, but in possession, we have to give Walsall a credit. I think they're a good team. They've got good players, good manager. Probably in a false position. They'll be up there at the end of the season.
George Moncur's quality was such a factor in the game.
He's a class player. You can't get a ball off him. We obviously train with him. I don't train with him, but the lads train against him every day, and we call him the Irish dancer because his feet are so quick, and half the time when people are closing him down they just laugh because you can't get a ball off him. So exceptional talent, love watching him play, and he was a great assist, and Bex likes to score goals, so he'll be happy now he's off the mark. And I prefer centre halves. When you're gonna score 5 a season as a centre half, get him in a 1-0 win. Like he got 2 last year away at Swindon, he got 2 in a 2-1 win. It's no good as a centre half scoring 5 a season when you're winning 2-0 and you get one in the last minute. So it was a big goal by Bex.
Jayden Sweeney was the sponsors' man of the match. He's had 2 very good performances, hasn't he?
Not really, really well. And when you lose Hunter, you lose a bit of experience and a bit of composure. So you're always a little bit worried. He performed really well the other night at Rochdale, and he's just continued that. We're giving him an opportunity. I spoke to him before he was thrown in at Rochdale to say, you must realise now the opportunity you've got, and take it with both hands, because I'd like to think that I'm the type of manager that once people get an opportunity, we'll keep them in. Again, we're keeping all the players in. Today it's the same sub, same 11, but the bench is outstanding. The bench is so good that that I'm quite patient during the first half. I'm thinking the game will change, our bench can change the game, and it's a delight and a joy to manage this squad.
It is going to be a top of the table clash next weekend when we travel up to Barrow. Before that,
it's
the Papa John's. I wouldn't.
I remember Phil Brown coming in and setting his team up. Both teams are surviving for relegation, so Pete Wild, outstanding job. He's come turn it round. Obviously Phil finished the job off keeping him up last year. Pete has gone there and turned him into relegation candidates, a bit like us, into promotion candidates. So yeah, well done to them.
And before that, you got Sutton here in the Papa John's. How would you approach that game?
It's an important game, really important game for us. People will get an opportunity again. We'll make changes, but we want to be better, more organised. And it was my fault last time. We didn't, because when you play Saturday, you give them players Sunday off. Monday, second day recovery for the one that's starting, and then because we've only got 5 or 6 of the starters, we didn't really work on anything. So we'll make sure we'll work on stuff on Monday, and the players are fully prepared going on. I think I left them a bit short change last time.
Sutton got to Wembley in the competition last year. They'll be taking it seriously. So it's one that you want to progress in?
Oh, we're taking it 100% seriously. Would I play the strongest team every single? I just don't think we've got. I don't want to risk certain players. You look at Dan App gone down today. I'm experienced now. I know situations. You can play one Saturday, and by the following Saturday you can have 4 different personnel because of injuries or suspensions. So we'll give the players that are training really well an opportunity to play, but we will also there'll probably be 4 or 5 lads that started today that will play as well.
And how is Rob Hunt? Will he be available for that one?
No.
And what about Connor Wood? Is there any movement there?
Connor's training well, okay, and listen, I get it that if you would have reversed 6 months ago and we would have had an injury at left back, Connor Wood was ahead of Jordan Sweeney. But we have to look at it from a football perspective. Jordan's been here for a number of years now. He's been given numerous contract extensions, and he's never had a run in a team. So how are we going to find out how good he is? How? I know exactly. I've watched Connor Wood for 150 times at Bradford. Probably 15 times at the end of last year. So I know exactly what I'm going to get. And also, Conor Woody's on a lot more money than Jayden. So we need to find out where Jayden's at. He's performing really well, and the situation with Conor is unchanged. So I understand your question, because if it was like I said 6-7 months ago, Conor would have been starting today. But we've moved on. We have to balance books. We have to make sure that the budget is in line with what it set out to be. And also we want to free up a little bit of money for January, because we want to strengthen in January with maybe one player. So the situation with Conor is unchanged.
Finally, for me, how's Dan Happy?
His performance was very, very good. Another clean sheet. I think it's a slight catalyst. He felt in the warm-up a little bit, but was happy to continue. But Shad has been trained excellently. That's Shad's best performance this year. Pre-season, in the games, good decisions, no nonsense, won his aerial battles. So I'm really pleased with Shad. And listen, there's going to be opportunities thrown up for players. This is an opportunity for Shad.